everyone. Of my two kids, my older child has a very diverse and adventurous appetite, whereas my younger child has major food aversions. But one thing they have in common is that they both hate sweet potato. I don't know why. I love sweet potatoes. They're delicious and versatile. You can use them in so many different ways, like how I'm going to use them today. Sweet potato and peanut butter are going to be my main ingredients to make brownies. So the recipe that I'm using today is from chocolatecoveredkatie. I've been following her blog for many years. She has so many great recipes on there for the sweet tooth. And I like that she uses a lot of healthy ingredients. That doesn't mean that the final product is going to be the healthiest thing that you can eat, but I mean, if you're going to be gorging yourself on sweets anyways, this is a good way to do it. First thing we need to do is make a puree out of the sweet potatoes. So now I'm going to measure out the puree. I like to see how much sweet potato I have before moving on to any other step. That way I can adjust the recipe accordingly if I have too much or too little. This recipe calls for 3/4 cup, and we have a little over 1.5 cups, so I'm just gonna double the whole recipe. I'm gonna mix 2 teaspoons of vanilla into the sweet potato. And then we move on to the peanut butter. We need 2 cups of peanut butter, and I think that's about 2 cups, so I'm just gonna use the whole jar. So the peanut butter, we just heat it up until it is stirrable. And while that's going, you can get your dry ingredients ready. So I've got my dry ingredients here. There is 1/2 cup of flour, 1 1/3 cup of sugar, tablespoon of baking soda or natron if you're in Germany, and 1/4 teaspoon of salt. I'm just gonna mix those until they're very well incorporated. Whoops, almost forgot the cocoa powder. Can you imagine brownies without cocoa powder? That would not be a winner. Once the peanut butter is nice and stirrable like this, you add the sweet potato with the vanilla extract. So you're gonna mix these until they are well blended with each other. So once the dry ingredients are well mixed and the wet ingredients are well mixed, you pour the dry into the wet. Don't do it the other way around, because it will be a royal pain in the butt to get all that wet over to the dry. So that forms into a really nice batter once it's stirred. This recipe also calls for mini chocolate chips, but I only have chocolate chunks, so that's going in. So this is ready to be pressed into the pan. I'm just using a regular baking pan with a silicone liner. So this is ready to go in the oven at 160 degrees. The recipe says to bake for 20 minutes, but since we doubled it, I'm going to add an extra 10 minutes to it. So that's all done in the oven. It looks and smells really great. So now I'm going to show you what I love about using a silicone liner.
Cool.
For cutting, I like to use a pizza cutter. It's just so nice and quick to do it this way. Oh, that looks good.
And the pizza cutter is all chocolatey now.
Mm-hmm. There you have it, perfect looking brownies. Look at that. That is legit brownie right there. So what do you guys think?
Yummy.
What about you?
Yummy.
It's really good.